It's the Brain and Moham Show. It's the Brain and Moham Show. The Brain and Moham Show. It's the Brain and Moham Show.
What's going on? This is the Brain and Moham Show. I am Muhammad El-Darwish.
And I am Brain Mountain.
And we have some horrible news for you all. Some terrible news, and that is that Cam Newton has tested positive for the coronavirus.
Cam Newton.
Yes, I know we are all praying.
The star of our part of the country.
Yes, we are all praying and wishing well to Cam Newton and his family today.
Wishing him the best.
That's right. Also, Trump and Melania got tested positive as well. That's also in the news.
That's in the news. You know, they can rot in a hole somewhere. That'd be nice.
So when did you find out about that?
I think it was on my way to work yesterday morning, on my way to pick up the work truck. I listened to the Bax and O'Brien because they're goofy as hell. But yeah, I think that's where I first heard it, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. And then I saw some articles about it the next day. And
Yeah, we love Bax and O'Brien. Some people say that you're the O'Brien to my Bax.
yeah, that would be all right to say. I feel like I've said that before.
Yeah, you said that.
I'm definitely the O'Brien of the show.
So I found out at 1:30 a.m. when I was like playing StarCraft by myself, and
Wow, yeah, it was probably closer to 8 a.m. when I found out.
yeah. Well, I got the news, and I was playing online against somebody, and I was like, "Bro, Trump just got COVID," and he's like, "Fake news."
Yeah.
I'm like, no, it's real news, and I can't believe it. This is great. Like, I think I kept saying, "This is great."
Yeah, no, it's hilarious, you know.
Yeah.
It was a hoax, you know.
It's not in a sense.
It was a
great
hoax, and
that
now he's got it.
Has a disease. It's more great that it hurts his campaign
Right, exactly.
so
No,
badly. In my opinion.
what I thought was great about it is here's someone that said, you know, it's a hoax and downplayed it way too much. You know, it's still running rampant here in this country, especially in the South, where they all love Trump and believe everything he says. It's just it's very fitting that he would end up being diagnosed with it.
Yeah, it's almost like finally something that like should happen happened. Like finally karma ran up to caught up to somebody who actually deserved it. I heard Morgan Freeman died, and then I was like, no.
Wait, Morgan Freeman died?
No, I heard it though, and then I believed it because of 2020's been just going like that, you know?
Okay, yeah. I didn't hear anything about that, so hopefully that's not true. Because I love Morgan Freeman.
Yeah. You know, so yeah, he tested positive, and it's going to affect things. I mean, what are your initial thoughts on how this will affect the strategy for both campaigns? Give me what you got here.
I'm not really sure about campaign strategy. One thing that immediately came to mind is you know, all the supporters, you know, snowflake liberals and pussy Democrats and this and that, blah 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 blah, just being assholes. Then, you know, we start ripping on Trump for getting a disease he called a hoax, and they're like, oh, be nice to him. And it's like, no, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
They've
taken a blowtorch to the civility, and
Yeah.
they did it first and brazenly in front of everyone to see, and now they're like, oh, why are you being so mean?
Yeah, and another thing is...
You think that people are less than dirt. You think that immigrants that are illegal are less than dirt. You think that anybody that disagrees with you shouldn't be an American, isn't really an American.
Right, and all these people, you know, rip on the ones that think that like all of these people are not less than dirt. They deserve a chance.
Yeah,
just
those are
as
the
much.
snowflakes and the pussy liberals
yeah,
and the ones
exactly.
who are triggered because they're mad about for good reason. You know?
Yeah, so there's all that, and another thing is I don't know that it will, but hopefully, some of his supporters realize that he's not who he told them he is. They should have realized it a couple of years ago, at least. But hopefully, there's the anti-COVID people and anti-mask people that like are just woken up. I hate that term, but hopefully they see that like, oh, he was wrong and I was wrong, and maybe he's not the savior.
Right. Maybe he gets sick. Maybe he won't live till 200, like the ridiculous doctor of his said that he could live till 200 if he had a better diet. And they said he was the healthiest president to ever seek office. Ronnie Jackson, his old doctor with the long hair, crazy looking guy.
Yeah, I mean,
he said that Trump would be the healthiest person to ever assume office or something like that.
He's probably the second
unhealthiest next to William Taft or something.
Was it Taft or Garfield?
Taft.
Whoever was so fat they got stuck in the bathtub.
Taft.
Yeah.
That's right. Vote for Taft, you whore.
Vote for Taft or he'll eat you.
So there's been conflicting reports on how he's doing. The doctors came out and said that he was doing better or something, and his fever was down. And then the White House said that they were very concerned with his.
Right.
Apparently, when they sent him there, they were very concerned. He's gotten a little bit better. Trump an hour ago said something about feeling better. So,
okay, yeah, I haven't heard much about his symptoms or whatever.
Yeah. Right. Well, all this does is I mean, I never really thought like he would get it.
Right.
Because I thought they were taking precautions, but this just shows more ineptitude on his part. And, his staff. And really all lands on him.
I read that the day before he was tested positive, he was at a private fundraiser at a CEO's house somewhere. I forget which CEO, which company, but I'm just, if he was there, to test positive is one thing. Did he get it there? Did he already have it and spread it there? I heard what's her name, the Conway, what is it, Kelly Conway? I heard recently that she tested positive. I read that today.
Yes, there are a lot of people in the Trump orbit that have tested positive. The news looks really good. I mean, it doesn't take a genius, or it doesn't take somebody who studied political science or anything to figure out that Trump, the people view his handling of the coronavirus that he did a poor job.
Right.
In general. So if the election is about this, if people are talking about this, it's not good for him. He wanted to make this about the looting and the rioting and how the economy was good before it wasn't.
Yeah. But, I mean, the biggest problem in the entire world, other than climate change or global warming, whatever term you prefer, that's the biggest threat to every living thing on the planet. But the second biggest threat to human life on Earth is this virus. And he called it a hoax, and he downplayed it.
And he admitted to downplaying it. Maybe I could pull that one up, too.
He did admit it, yes, which is good. But it's also like, yo, man, like, what the hell? Like, didn't want to cause a panic. All right, well, we all ran out of toilet paper. You know what I mean? There was still a panic,
I think we all heard that one. Let me play this.
Sleepy Joe Biden and his group of incompetents to delay the vaccine, shut down the country. He actually suggested that he would shut down the country. We now know the disease. We didn't know it. Now we know it. It affects elderly people with heart problems, and other problems, if they have other problems, that's what it really affects. That's it. You know, in some states, thousands of people, nobody young, below the age of 18, like nobody. They have a strong immune system. Who knows? You take your hat off to the young, because they have a hell of an immune system. But it affects virtually nobody. It's an amazing thing. By the way, open your schools. Everybody open your schools.
Wow. It affects virtually nobody.
Except for 70-year-olds with heart problems, which is something he is.
200,000 people, right? What is it, like 1 million worldwide? Compared to the entire population, it's kind of low, but it's not virtually nobody.
Yeah, it's pretty funny how far of a leap that is, how much
Especially
he's stretching the truth there.
Especially in the amount of time. It's been less than a year, and this virus has killed 1 million people worldwide.
Yeah, and
that's insane.
It's like one of those things where it's like people think if it's not affecting them, then it means that, oh, nobody, because I experience through me that nobody is.
Right.
But it's like, there's so many people that you don't know about.
And there's also a lot of people that probably have had this virus and didn't show any symptoms and didn't, really get sick or need medical attention, but they were spreading it everywhere they went because they didn't think they were sick.
Well, I mean, Trump clearly wasn't doing enough to wear a mask, and he was going to fundraisers and dinners, and he wasn't following the guidelines at all. I mean, It sounds like he's just getting drunk and flailing around with a bunch of people at Mar-a-Lago all the time.
Yeah, like he always has.
Or at the White House or whatever, just come on in, come on out. I found the list of people here. Now, take a gander at this, Morty.
What about the vice president?
Yeah, so he's not on this list. So the Trump himself,
right?
Melania, Senator Ron Johnson, Senator Tom Tillis, Senator Mike Lee, Kellyanne Conway, his campaign manager Bill Stipien, and we talked about him in a different podcast. He took over for the guy Brad Parscale that I was ripping up for being a MAGA hipster.
Yeah,
he's like super depressed and like fighting with his wife and like suicidal, and they apparently he sucks. Ronna McDaniel, the RNC chairwoman.
Okay.
So basically, like, you remember Debbie Wasserman. You remember how mad people were at the RNC last time?
Yeah.
She's in charge of the DNC.
Okay.
Yeah, she's in charge of the RNC.
All right.
Hope Hicks, senior advisor to Trump. Former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie. And some reverend. I don't know about him. Yeah.
How many altar
Trump
boys
doesn't
does
really
he
have
have?
any friends. He doesn't understand,
Does Trump like altar boys?
anything but himself. What?
Does Trump like altar boys?
Maybe. That's why he hangs out with that reverend. But here's another clip here.
To increasingly question the effectiveness of masks as a disease preventer. And in fact, recently you have cited the issue of waiters touching their masks and touching plates. Are you questioning
No, I think
the
masks
efficacy
are okay.
of
You have to
masks?
understand, if you look, I mean, I have a mask right here. I put a mask on, when I think I need it. Tonight, as an example, everybody's had a test, and you've had social distancing and all of the things that you have to. But I
Just
wear
like your
masks
rallies.
when needed. When needed, I wear masks.
Okay, let me ask.
I don't wear masks like him. Every time you see him, he's got a mask. He could be speaking 200 feet away from it. He shows up with the biggest mask I've ever seen. I will say this.
Vice President Biden, go ahead, sir.
Well, masks make a big difference. His own head of the CDC said if we just wore masks between now, everybody wore masks and social distance between now and January, we'd probably save up to 100,000 lives. It matters.
And they've also
It
said the
matters.
opposite.
They've always they said the
Yeah,
opposite.
said-
No serious person said the opposite.
Well,
No
look
serious
all right, I
at
wanna
Dr.
ask you-
Fauci. Dr. Fauci said the
He
opposite.
did not
I
say
want to
the
ask you, we
opposite.
got a
said
little
very
bit more than a
strongly,
minute left in this
masks
segment.
are not.
Okay, so this is why we don't feel bad for this guy.
Yeah.
This in particular is why I cannot possibly feel bad for him in any way.
Yeah, the whole mask thing, anyone that says a mask doesn't help, okay, here's a scenario. I'm going to stand right next to you, and I'm going to pee with my penis facing your leg. Would you rather me not have any pants on or have pants on? Because if I don't have pants, I'm peeing on your leg. If I do have pants, I'm not. I'm just peeing my pants. Okay? Same with a mask. If you're going to be near me and I'm going to be talking and this is an airborne thing, would you rather me be spraying my mouth air at your face? Or would you rather me have a mask where it stops most of the air?
Yeah. Well, I mean, when I think about it, I've limited my exposure pretty considerably since this started. Even though it doesn't feel like it all the time. But yeah, I'm pretty much isolated and with a mask on when I'm with other people. And I don't go around anyone who's sick.
Right.
I'm doing my best. I really am limiting my exposure, and the president is not. He's going to fundraisers. He's going to dinners. He's mingling with all sorts of people. He's giving people hugs, kisses, high fives. He doesn't give a fuck.
Basically acting as if it's not a thing.
Right.
I mean, me personally...
People are coming in and out. They're coming in just to tell him about how they own the libs.
Right.
For the day, and
I've
giving
always,
him COVID at
I've
the same
always
time.
avoided people and going out and stuff like that. So my personal lifestyle hasn't really changed too much. But obviously, you know, I wear a mask anytime I go anywhere, really. I mean, I'm not one of the people that wears it in the car when I'm by myself.
Yeah. The car can be the mask when you're alone.
Yeah.
The car itself is a mask if the windows are up. It's even better, actually, because it's like solid, airtight,
Yeah.
all that good stuff.
You've got your own climate control and...
Right. And if Corona is going to get in through your car, like the air, then it's going to get you no matter what. There's nothing you can do.
Right.
The mask isn't going to... you can wear a mask in the car if you really think that'll help.
Yeah, no, yeah, if you wear a mask anywhere you want, that's totally fine. I'm not anti-mask at all.
But people, I think a lot of people are not ready to do that level of dedication. I mean, this has been hard enough on everybody. We're all dealing with it in the best way we can. I imagine, most of us.
Yeah, I mean, nobody wants to wear a mask all the time, but there are certain professions where most of the time you're already wearing a mask. Hospitals, dentists, doctors. Obviously, they're wearing them more now, but I was in the emergency room about a month ago, and I remember being like wheeled in on this bed, and it hit me after like a few seconds. I was like, I'm in a hospital and I'm not wearing a mask. Like, I don't have a mask. Like, they should have gave me one in the ambulance, but they didn't. They all had masks on. And so when I got there, there was this crazy dude like freaking out. And I was like, you need to get me away from that guy. And you need to get me a fucking mask, because you just brought me into an emergency room in a hospital where who knows who was here with COVID or not with COVID. Like, I just was like, you need to get me a mask right now. And they had carts full of boxes of masks. So they gave me one right away. But when I said it, I was like, you need to give me a mask. And he was like, oh shit. Like, yeah, I forgot. Like, here you go. So even medical professionals like forget about these things sometimes.
Right.
Or like when you go to walk
naturally.
into a store, you either see the sign on the door that says mask, or somebody walking out with a mask, and you're like, oh shit, my mask.
That's why I love that South Park pandemic special so much, because there was jokes about all sorts of levity brought to the situation that was needed for me.
Yeah,
like the mask shaming shit.
I really need to give it a watch.
Yeah.
And honestly,
after this podcast,
the most people I see they wear a mask. I've seen videos or articles of people around the country that are like getting into arguments and shit. Like, they walk into a store without a mask and they're like, blah, fuck you, this is my right to spread a deadly virus, or contract one. But pretty much everywhere I go, everyone has a mask.
Yeah.
Even the Keep America Great Again people, they're still wearing masks.
Well, how do you think it feels right now for them? How do you think this situation feels?
For them knowing that Trump contracted it?
Right, the situation going on right now.
I don't know. Obviously, like I said, the ones I've seen that were wearing masks, they obviously know about the virus, and I don't know if they're doing it just because the stores won't let them in without a mask, or honestly, I couldn't tell you. They probably, if they really love this guy, they probably feel a little upset. Hopefully, some of them that were denying the virus now don't deny it. Whether or not they stop supporting him, hopefully they realize that, okay, this is
a fool and a charlatan who lied to me about this virus and got it himself, and he looks like a total idiot right now.
Right, there's that, but I think what I really hope they realize is, Trump aside, is I hope they realize that this is a thing, and and I know a lot of places that like Trump country, you know, like they're anti-mask and this and that. I really hope, at the very least, it makes them realize, like, maybe I should be following
save a few
these
lives,
you know,
and it could help slow the spread a little bit.
Right.
Well, I think obviously from a strategy standpoint, this is not good for Trump. It brings the focus back onto coronavirus and away from Joe Biden and whatever foibles he has as a candidate. Right?
Right, yeah.
And
it's definitely going to affect the election.
And people, I think another point I had was, I think that a lot of these, there's not many undecided voters, I don't think, but there are some, very small amount. Those people they're not too bright, because if they haven't already made up their mind, in my opinion, they're probably not too bright. So they think with like a lizard brain, and they think sick, bad, sick is weak.
Yeah.
If you get sick, that means there's something wrong with you.
Sick, bad, not sick, good.
Yeah, exactly. It's that simple. Sick, weak,
so you're talking
loser,
about like
just the way that Trump was trying to play up that machismo, that he never gets sick, that he's super healthy even though he's like fat, humongously fat, and like he looks like a pumpkin that's been left out all year.
Yeah, and like flabby
foaming
and
at the
just
mouth, fake hair. It's like super fake hair.
Saggy man
his
tits.
hair is each strand of hair has been inserted with like a needle, and thread or some shit. Because
that's
you're
like
not
how
that
they do
old
it
and
with
you don't
plugs.
have platinum blonde hair, bro.
Like hair plugs. It's literally they plug it into your pores on your head.
Right. He's a fake person. Everything he says is a lie. They love it. They lap it up. They can't imagine him ever being wrong. But this is definitely not something he wanted to happen. I actually have an article here. It's the headline on Politico. It's a rant. I don't know if it's good or not, but I think I should probably read some of it. See what you think.
Go ahead.
All right. It says Biden looks to seal election after Trump's week from hell. Joe Biden's on the campaign trail. Donald Trump is in the hospital. In a role reversal, the president who mocked his rival for being weak and hiding in his basement is stuck in isolation under doctor's orders supervision, while Biden jets off to states like Michigan on Friday and Florida on Monday with the battleground map all to himself. Oh man, it's a contrast the Biden campaign intends to sharpen as long as Trump is sidelined from the coronavirus. Only a month remains until Election Day, and a record 3.2 million Americans already cast early ballots in 21 states, with Democrats outvoting Republicans so far.
Oh, wow.
There is no reason to not show the country that, yes, you can go about your business if you do it safely, if you wear masks, if you socially distance, Biden advisor Anita Dunn told Politico. The vice president has talked about this since March. The Biden campaign, under strict orders from the candidate to not speak ill of Trump personally while he's in the hospital, announced it is willing to pull negative ads out of respect to the president, though some still aired on stations that didn't take them down quickly enough. The positive ad announcement had an ulterior motive, another Biden advisor acknowledged, to pivot to the closing argument stage of the campaign, in which the Democrat tries to rally voters with an uplifting case for change. Besides, that advisor said, Biden doesn't need to say much about Trump's struggles to contain coronavirus because now that the president is hospitalized for it, it's obvious.
Right.
Oh, my God. It's harder and harder to see how Trump wins. What's his argument?
Yeah. And you know what's funny is if he loses, all the Republicans are going to be like, oh, well, if he didn't get sick, he would have won and this and that, you know?
They
Like,
can say that as long as they want. I'm fine with it.
right.
Trump campaign manager Bill Stepien. I never know how to say this guy's name. It's either Stipien or Stepien.
Stipien. Stepien.
Yeah, I love the way you say that, by the way.
Stepien.
It's not that. It's Stepien.
Stepien.
Trump campaign manager Bill Stepien, debate coach Chris Christie, and Senator Ron Johnson all announced they tested positive for COVID. What the fuck is Chris Christie? Why you suck.
Chris Christie.
Chris Christie, you absolutely suck.
Wait, what was he?
He was the governor of New Jersey. But now
Okay.
he's Trump's little fucking ass licker.
That's what it was, yeah.
He's always fucking lapping up his fucking toes.
Jizz?
Yep, lapping up his jizz.
Toe jizz?
Licking on his toes. Ron Johnson, stupid fucking asshole. Old ass fake farmer from Iowa.
Not to be confused with Ron Swanson.
Right, Ron Swanson's the man. And he would run as an independent.
Right.
And I would eat a steak as soon as I saw him.
I would eat a steak, and I would vote for him.
That's right.
I'd carve his name into the steak.
Well, I wouldn't vote for him because he's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Legitimately, he's insane. But he's very wise and sage.
Yeah,
With
you
his-
know,
yeah.
I'd vote for him over Trump, though.
Oh yeah, I'd vote for anybody. So what do we got here? Yeah, a lot of people got COVID. Okay, we can skip that. Biden's campaign, by contrast, is COVID-free. Biden tested negative Friday before heading to Michigan. He said Saturday he was not tested since, but would be tested again Sunday. Biden's campaign, pointing to all the national and battleground state polling, felt he was winning even before Trump announced early Friday that he tested positive. It has been further encouraged by early voting numbers. Michael McDonald, a University of Florida political science professor who tracks early voting, said the 3.2 million ballots cast so far is a record, if only a fraction of the number of ballots that will ultimately be cast. Democrats are returning early ballots in bigger numbers and at higher rates than Republicans, he said. Normally, you don't see that from the Democrats. Normally, it's Democrats who sit on their ballots and don't return them as much as Republicans, McDonald said. We've never seen anything of this scale before. McDonald said more Republicans might be waiting to vote in person since Trump has discredited mail-in voting. Yeah, what an idiot, bro. He's literally going to lose votes because he discouraged mail-in voting.
Right.
He thought he was going to make people in general lose faith in it. He made the people that listen to him lose faith in it, which are the people that would have voted for him.
Right.
He deserves to lose so bad.
But like it said, I mean, those people could just be waiting to go do it, you know.
Yeah, dude, Trump is literally fucking Hannibal Lecter, bro. He thinks that he still deserves to be president, even though he's fucked up everything for everybody.
Yeah.
Even himself, he's fucked up himself. So look at where his life has him right now. Well, hey, let me see what else is here. On Monday, Biden heads to Miami for an NBC town hall moderated by Lester Holt. His advisors see town halls as ideal forums for Biden because they allow him to engage directly with voters. It will be Biden's first nationally televised appearance since the caustic Tuesday debate and Trump's announcement Thursday that he was ill. Trump, meanwhile, can't catch a break. From the New York Times expose that he paid $750 in federal income tax for 2 years straight to his widely panned debate performance to his contraction of COVID-19, it's been a hellish week for the president and his campaign. Even the updates on Trump's health, already a political liability for the president, became controversial when White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows Saturday appeared to contradict the rosy assessment of his condition at a press conference outside Walter Reed Hospital. It can take weeks for someone who contracts coronavirus to defeat the virus and no longer be contagious. Trump's doctor said Saturday that the president started a 5-day course of some drug and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I think we're good. What do you think of that?
The tax return thing, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So he only paid $750 for 2 years of taxes?
Yeah, 2 years straight. It's less than you and I paid. But
Yeah.
It's because he used, he broke the law and he used, loopholes to claim losses.
Right.
He's also lost a ton of money. I don't know. He broke the law without a doubt. He paid his own family members as employees. He gave them consulting fees and then wrote it off, even though they're employees of the same company that he said he paid a consulting. Yeah, you understand?
Yeah. Yeah.
And more than that, so much corruption going on, so much stuff that's just not even like. It's boring if you're not like into crime, like white collar crime,
Yeah. That's a bit. That's the type of crime that I don't really have a grasp on, but obviously Trump has a pretty good grasp on it because that's just the way he does business.
Yeah. Oh, well. So, where do we go from here? We got 29 days, I guess. Is that right?
Till the election?
Yeah, 30 days or so.
Yeah, what is it, the 2nd or the 3rd? It's the October 3rd.
30.
Well, right, today is the 3rd.
Yeah. Yeah, we're almost there. We got a few more episodes to go. Hopefully, soon we'll have an episode where we're celebrating. I don't know if this news could be more a killing blow for his campaign.
Yeah. It's definitely good for Biden. Good for the country.
I'm waiting for more data to come in. I mean, this would just be the most bizarro world bullshit if somehow it was good for him, because it doesn't. I'm trying to figure out how it could be. There's almost no way I can figure out.
Yeah,
Sympathy does not come into play.
I was
when it
just
comes
gonna
to this.
say, other than sympathy, but like
People don't say, "Oh, I feel bad for him. I'll vote for him because I feel bad." No,
right.
the people don't do that.
The only people feeling sympathy are going to be the people that would have voted for him anyway.
Yeah.
You know, there ain't no sympathy on the other side.
No, we need to think about, obviously, who's going to be healthy for the next 4 years. And
Right.
someone who's sick right now is probably not the best bet on that. So.
Exactly.
This has been the Brain and Moham Show.
I'm Brain Mountain,
Yes, he is. Take it easy.
and he's Muhammad.
Well, yeah, I said that at the beginning. Remember, bro?
Yeah, well, I said that too. I'm Muhammad El-Darwish, and
And
this
I
is
am
my
Brain
guest,
Sandwich.
Brain Sandwich. We love you all.